Well, hello. This is Creating Cards with Sherry. I'm Sherry, and I'm so glad that you have joined me today for my Tickle Tuesday video. I decided I was going to do some Christmas wrapping sort of things this week. Today I'm going to show you some different gift card holders. A lot of people use gift cards this time of year, and my family's big on it too. So I'm going to show you some different ways to do some gift card holders. I've done some in the past, so if you want to look back at my history of videos, you should be able to find them and see what else there is. But today it's going to be a brand new style or design. So let's get started. I'm using my Sparkling Snowflake stamp set today, and I'm using the Pretty Peacock. And the first thing I'm going to ink, and then the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my sentiment. And what I am going to do is I'm going to first put the sentiment on it, and you'll see why in just a second. So I'm going to put that down. And then, you know what, I might like that in the middle a little better. Or down a little bit. Let me try it again. I'm going to flip it over, see if I can get it in a better spot. There, I like that better. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my snowflake stamp and I'm going to stamp off on it because I don't want a heavy stamp. I just want something light. And so I'm going to do that again, and I'm going to put off. Oops! Oh, shoot. I kind of smeared it there. Well, I have another one already made, and we'll use that. But that's the kind of thing that you want to do. Okay? All right. So I can show you the one that I have finished right there. It looks good. All right. So, that's what you're going to start with. And then we are going to, this is the card, the style that we're using. I made this one with foil. You know, I really like the foil, but it's the thing that I don't like about it is if you get glue on your hands or something, then it smears really easy. So if that's something that you don't want to deal with, I'd use the foil for other things, I guess. Now, I'm showing you this card because I made a boo-boo. And I want to show you how I fixed it up and that sort of thing, okay? This is going to be the card that you're making. However, your inside piece is 3 1/4 by 4 inches. I put the 4 inches this way instead of vertically, and because of that it shows up over here, and I don't want that to show up there, but it happened that way. But I was able to fix it by putting a bow over it, so nobody really knows. The receiver will know when they open it up, but you know what, they're not even going to be thinking about it because they're going to be thinking about how beautiful that bow is on the card. So it turned out really nice anyway, and it works good, but I wanted to show that to you because you need to be careful in your dimensions, especially when they're really close to the same size, that you lay it the correct way. All right? So we are going to start with 4 1/4 by 11 inches. So if you just take 11-inch piece of paper and cut it in half, you'll have your length. Then you will want to score it at 1 1/2 and 5 1/2. You see those 1 1/2 and 5 1/2. And then we're going to take, we have 2 strips, and they are 1 1/4 by 3 3/4. And I'm going to I'm using my green glue or our multi-purpose glue, liquid glue. We call it the green glue because it has the green cap, but it's really our multi-purpose liquid glue. All right, and we're just going to lay that down right there and let it dry for a little bit. Then on this flap, we're going to put it on this side. This folds in. We're going to put it on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that. And we're going to put that right there. Then we're going to put our white card, our basic white in here. And again, we want to make sure that we get it the right length, because when we fold this, we only want to see that shade. We don't want to see the white at all. All right. So now that I have it in the direction that I want it, oh, come on. There we go. And I'm just going to put it closer to the 5.5-inch score, making sure that my 4 inches are vertical, and when I close it, I don't see it at all. Okay? Same thing with your cover. You want to make sure, see how close that is over there? You want to make sure that your 4-inch fits the 4-inch side, or your, wait a minute, what am I saying? Yeah, the 4-inch and the 3 3/4. Maybe it's the opposite way. I can't think now of what direction this is in. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. You have to line it up in such a way that it's not so close. If I were to put this way, it would practically be rubbing right up against it. And look how wide your border is. If I flip it over, then I pretty much have an even border all the way around. So just be careful of that. That's all I'm saying. All these dimensions and stuff will be on my blog, and I will put the link to that in the description attached with this video. Okay. Now, one other thing, this fold is where our gift card is going to go. So there's 2 ways you can do it. I would suggest using tear tape because it will hold the card in much better than if you just used other glue. But you can put the tear tape on right smack dab in the ends, or you can put your card in there ahead of time just so you can see where the tear tape goes. Whatever works for you. So we're going to put this right here. And right here. And I'm just going to lift this paper off. I'm going to turn it over and stick it down. And your gift card will fit right there. You can put your message down, close the card, and you've got it all together. All right. I am going to, let's see, I'm going to do it this way, because I know I have some other cards I'm going to be using. Long scissors. I don't know where my paper snips is right now, so we're just going to use this. You want to use up the borders on those Stampin' dimensionals because they work just as well. And that way you don't waste anything. All right, and I'm going to tear that right off and put this on. And there you go. If you want to, you can add a bow to that. You could also add some dimensionals. If I were to add dimensionals, I would suggest using the adhesive backed glitter sequins or the rhinestone basic jewels. Either one would go really nice with these. I'm gonna, let's see. I might try. I try adding some of the green just to add a little bit of extra sparkle and color. Okay, and that's what you can do, and it turns out to be a really sweet card. Alrighty, then let's move this out of the way. I'm going to show you another card, and this one came from Cindy Brombaugh, and this idea, and it's really simple and easy, just like the other one. But this one, it's done with just DSP paper. You aren't going to believe how easy it is to do with just the DSP paper. But you flip it up, and you have your little pocket there for your card. Okay, did I leave my gift card in here? Yes, I did. But you have your little pocket right there for your gift card. And then it just closes together like that. All right? Very simple. I'm going to show you how to do that. I am using this is DSP paper from Winter Meadow, and this is actually 4 by 12 inches. And my white panel inside goes 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. So that's, I'm going to glue that down right away, and while that's drying, then I'm going to do my sentiment. The one thing that's nice about the multi-purpose glue is that it does give you a little wiggle room for you to move it around and adjust it where it needs to be. So you can always keep that in mind when you're deciding on what glues to use. All right, I am going to put my message together here. A nice Merry Christmas. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line this up. This is from our decorative circle punch. This was our hexagon punch. This is our decorative circle punch, and I'm just going to match it up with this, and I'm going to lay it down like that so it has a little bit of a shadow. So because of that, I don't need to glue the whole thing. I only need to glue about half of it, not even. And so I'm going to do that and lay this down. So that will be ready. And I'm going to take my dimensionals right away. Let's see, I have to, well, maybe I'll wait because there's a certain thing you have to do to work with that too. All right. Well, actually, that's it because you have this. This is your 4 by 12. It's scored at 3/4, 5 inches, and 10 1/2. Okay. So you're just going to fold it like that. This is where your card is going to go. So we're going to put tear tape there. I keep forgetting how easy this is. I keep thinking there's got to be another step to it, and it isn't. It's just that easy. Okay, and we're gonna tear the paper off here and right here. Flip that over. My gift card should work just fine in there. Yep, there it goes. Fits just fine. And that's all there is to it. What you want to do when you put your sentiment on is you will want to make sure that you put at least one dimensional towards the bottom that will go on here, and the rest of them need to go on top. So that's why I wanted to stop and wait before I put these on. because it's important to do that way. The heavier side will hold it down, if that makes sense. Okay, so we'll put this one on the bottom and the two at the top, and then it stays flat. All right, that's how easy that is. You just cut it out, fold it up, and stick your sentiment on and your card inside. Very simple. All right, I did one just like that on this, so that gives you another idea. All right, I decided I would try that with cardstock. So I made one like this. So if you're going to do that, you take the cardstock, same thing, 4 by 12, and you're going to score along the 12-inch side. You're going to score the 3/4, the 5, and, oh, wait a minute. What did I say before? 3/4, 5, and 10.5. Right. I forgot that was where that was. Okay. So the 3/4 is this little flap here, your 5, and then right along here is your 10.5. All right, so we're going to do one like that. What did I do with my papers? Okay, we're going to do something a little different with this one. I am going to stamp my sentiment on ribbon this time. And this ribbon is about 7 inches long. And when you stamp on ribbon, I would strongly suggest that you use the StazOn ink, because the other inks will bleed through and all over the place. So you want to make sure that the StazOn ink will not do that. I'm going to try and center this just right. And if I don't get it, I have some extra ribbon that we can work with. Looks like it turned out pretty well. So I'm going to close this up again. And what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to put this message right there. Okay? It stretches across just a little much. So we're going to have to be careful with how we fold this. I didn't realize it went that far. I thought it would fit just perfect here. I guess I should have checked that out better. Because the letters will go from end to end. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, where did I put them? I know they're here because I was pulling everything out. Here we go. Glue dots. I'm going to take some glue dots and I'm going to put one right there. Oh, didn't stay. There we go. And I'm going to take the next one and I'm going to put it on this end. And then we're going to fold this message on this end here. Just a little bit more. And what you're going to want to do is make sure ahead of time that your message is going to fit well and it won't be over on the sides, that it will center well on your card, because mine is the letters are cut off there, so you'll want to be sure that you watch that. I'm going to put some more glue dots on here so that the ribbon stays in place. You can also use Stamp and Seal. I would not use the multi-purpose liquid glue because that will just bleed through your ribbon and you will have a mess on your card. So the glue dots or the Stamp and Seal would probably work best. But that's what I did on that one. Now, what I forgot to do here ahead of time was to just burnish all these edges here. So I'm going to do that real quick so that everything lays nice and flat. And as you can see, I usually flip them around and I do both sides when I burnish them. Okay, this is the way that the card's going to go. I'm going to take my inside layer, and this is going to be 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to put that right in here. Then we're going to take this piece, and this is 1/2 inch by 4 inches. And again, all these measurements and stuff will be on my blog, so you don't really have to worry about them. That goes there. And then this one, see, now that doesn't fit right, but if I put it that way, it fits just peachy. So we're going to put that right in there. And like the other gift cards, you want to make sure that your measurements fit in the right direction. So I'm just going to put that right there. And we're going to flip that over. And there you have it. Now, the one thing that I might suggest also is to put some glue dots, or perhaps just a strip of glue here. Oops, that came out kind of fast. Just to lay that flat there. Now I don't have one of those for my sentiment because my sentiment is on my ribbon. So if you don't want that sticking up, you can certainly do that. Okay. All right, and then we're going to use tear tape for this part. Right to the edge. And we'll take that paper off. You can see the card fits right in there, like that. And then you have another gift card. So there's different ways of doing these. I showed you 2 different types of gift cards. Actually, I did 2 with the cardstock, one that has a different type of sentiment than the message being on the ribbon. And then they come with a DSP as well. So we did that one. And then we did one that folded on the side. And that's those cards. So I hope that you enjoyed those today. They were really easy to make and a lot of fun to do. Once you get it down, it just, get everything folded. It goes really easy. So I would, all right, thank you for joining me. If you want to purchase any of these supplies, I would go to my shop at creatingcardswithsherry.stampinup.net. And my blog is creatingcardswithsherry.blogspot.com. But again, I will put all the links that you need right in the message below. Thank you so much for joining me today. You have a fantastic Tuesday, and I will see you on Simple Sunday. Bye now.